joining us, guys. Tonight we're going to be discussing the 1977 made-for-TV movie Panic in Echo Park. There's the front of the big box VHS. The back of it, see some of these crazy looking images. Kind of cool. I like the little art they have going on here. The film stars Dorian Harewood, who most of you guys know probably from Full Metal Jacket. I remember him best from Looker. He's been in a lot of other things over the years. Been a pretty busy guy, but a lot of character actor work. This was Panic in Echo Park was poised to be a pilot to jump off a series with him in the lead role, and it's a pretty cool film. And it's unfortunate that it never got picked up for a full series because it had a lot of potential. He was a very likable character. He basically plays a doctor, obviously a black doctor, and he's dealing with a lot of white bureaucratic people covering up stuff and don't really want to hear from him when he discovers that there's an outbreak of people getting pretty sick in a neighboring housing development for lower income people. And he tries to uncover what's going on, and it's almost like a Flint, Michigan. Interesting enough, it's kind of like a Flint, Michigan scenario. There's something contaminating the water, and everybody's getting pretty sick. A couple of people going into a coma, and people are sick, and everyone wants to turn their heads and turn their backs on it and just ignore a problem, and they don't really care. It's not a rich, influential neighborhood. They don't really care, and he's kind of uncovering it like, hey, it's because they're lower income, they're this and that, and I know what you guys are doing. Something's going on, and nobody wants to listen to him. So he takes it upon himself to try to uncover the source behind this and to catch the people responsible. And his girlfriend is, I think it's Caitlin Adams, and you probably know her the best as she was in The Jerk, Unforgettable, and she was also, I think, in The Jazz Singer. I think those are probably her most notable roles. But it's a pretty cool film. It's a drama, but it's got the that cool movie music from the 70s that permeated a lot of films back then. But the story is really cool. It's written pretty well. It's not completely straightforward. There's a few little things going on. They think it's going to be one thing, and it turns out not to be something. James Hong, you guys know him from is that Lo Pan from Big Trouble in Little China. He's in that, and it was Lo Pan, right? Was he Lo Pan? Yeah, Lo Pan. And so he's in it. A small role, but he's in it. The film was actually pretty good. It was very well acted, very well made, especially for a TV film back in the days, the 70s and 80s. Those TV films I love. They have this quality about them. They seem a little cheaper. They seem a little neat, and everything's wrapped up kind of very easily towards the end. They usually run only about 75 minutes to 80 minutes. They don't overstay their welcome once you factor in the commercials. It's almost 2 hours. But I really dug this film, and I think it has a lot to offer people. I think it just fell into obscurity. I believe it may be in public domain right now, which basically means anybody can pretty much pick it up, distribute it, and not have issues with legal issues holding it up, which I don't know. I always think twice about that kind of stuff when people bring up public domain movies, but I do think it fell into the public domain. It did show up on DVD several years back, I think more than once, and the cover's lame and the synopsis is lame about it, but the movie's a pretty solid flick. I definitely would check it out. It should deliver everything you want. There's some humor in it, there's drama, there's a little bit of action, very little bit of suspense, but it's got a little bit of everything well acted. Again, very strongly acted, good characters. I like how, I'm not giving anything away, but Dorian Harewood's character, obviously a black male doctor, and basically in charge of this hospital. The hospital fall apart without him. They actually mention that in the film, because he's pretty much front and center for everything. And his girlfriend is a white lady from an affluent family, and that's an easy mark, especially for the 70s and 80s, to play the race card. And they don't really play that. They handle it really well. They address it, and obviously that's what they're alluding to with the public housing development having issues. It's clearly a minority, slanted towards minorities living there, and they're kind of making that message, but it's not preachy at all. But it just adds another layer of depth to this film, and a little layer of a little more interest as to what's going on. Pretty cool flick. I do recommend it highly. I sometimes rate films, sometimes I don't, but I'm gonna go ahead and give Panic in Echo Park again. Here's the VHS if you can find it. Not too expensive, but it's not usually overly available. Let's find the DVD. I'm going to go ahead and rate this 8 out of 10. I think it actually has quite a bit to offer people. It does hold up very well. It's a cool, solidly told story with a little bit of everything in there. Very well acted. So again, guys, thanks for tuning in. I will be I will be covering some of these other films, these made-for-TV 70s and 80s flicks. I'll be doing some more of these videos as well because I'm a sucker for those. I absolutely love those. So tune into those. Hope you enjoy them as well. Hopefully you track down a copy of Panic in Echo Park, and don't confuse it with Panic in Needle Park, which I think also came out, I believe, in the 70s as well, or the 80s. That's a great movie too, but totally different. This one is made for TV, and again, it was originally envisioned as a pilot for a series that never manifested, and it's a shame because he almost has a House MD look. He almost has a Gregory House or whatever. I never watched that show. My wife did, but House, the show House. It's always a doctor that goes against everybody and tries to figure out what's going on, exactly what's going on. It's basically a hot-headed doctor that has a very good heart of gold, but he angers everybody above him and around him because he wants to get to the answer. He's hot-headed, and he's going to do what he needs to do. But it makes for a very interesting film, and I think you guys will enjoy it. So thanks for tuning in. I will talk to you next time. Bye.